Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's time for another spring collection review. This time it's from Color Club. So Color Club has 7 new polishes out for spring 2016. This collection is called The New Rules of Engagement. And it's a mix, like Color Club usually does. It's a mix of glitters, shimmers, creams, and yeah, some really nice, lovely, soft, just ethereal, almost goddess looking polishes for this collection. So we have a lot here to talk about. I think that live application is really going to help you today to decide, hopefully as always it helps you, but to decide if you really need any of these. I will link in the description bar, as I always do, where I purchased these so that you can go there too if you would like to pick any of these up. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Before I forget to tell you, on my lips is ColourPop Bound. Where did I put it? Here it is, ColourPop Bound. It is a glossy lipstick from, I got this from my dear friend Paula. If you missed our swap, we did a swap on St. Patrick's Day. It was called the Lucky Leprechaun Swap, so go check it out if you missed it. She sent me some nail polishes and some beauty products, and we swapped them to each other. So anyway, that's what's on my lips today. We're gonna go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and start with kind of the Opalescent creams. So there are 2 in here that have kind of the same finish here. There's a very light cloudy blue and there's a very light cloudy mauvey lilac. So let's start with the blue. This one actually, it's called Eat, Drink, and Be Married. And this one, I actually needed 3 coats on it. And I'm not sure if I was exactly disappointed in formula. I just wished that I didn't quite need as many coats. This is interesting in the fact that it kind of, it's almost frosty, but not quite, to where it's more just opalescent, where when I was looking at my nails, I wasn't like, ooh, that's kind of frosty where you can see the streaks, but it does have that pearly quality going all throughout. So I hope you'll be able to see when I swatch it here for you. Otherwise, I think that this color is really lovely for spring. I just wasn't so sure about how many coats you needed, because unlike some Essies where you could do 3 coats and you're just fine, this one had a little bit of a thicker, runnier formula. So anyway, let's see how it swatches. All right, this light mauve, I actually love this color so much. I love wearing any polish in this shade, so I was really glad to see that they included this. This is called Love is Love. And again, it's kind of has that opalescent quality going all throughout it. This, however, I was able to get to a level of opacity that I was okay with at 2 coats, so I feel like it wasn't quite as much, as much to have to handle as the blue one. So anyway, let's see how it swatches. Alright, next up let's talk about the one that I have on my nails here. This is a gorgeous kind of peachy rose quartz, and it is called Save the Date. I really like this. It has like the shimmer in there. You can actually really see like the particles of it. It's not so fine, and maybe there's like, I don't know. I don't make polish, so I'm not exactly sure what makes the shimmer more seem like it's just flowing all throughout, and some more that seems like you can just see it more. Am I making any sense? Anyway, this is really lovely. I think that this is kind of a good example of what a rose quartz looks like to me, instead of how that just kind of pinky cream of the Pantone Color of the Year. This is kind of what I think more of when I think of rose quartz. So anyway, I love the peachy nature of this. This is a great take on a nude. So I liked this at 2 coats. Let's see how it swatches. Alright, along the same theme, I think it has that same shimmering quality as the one that we just looked at has in it, because it's very peachy gold and maybe just like tiny little bits of green in there, the same as this one had. So maybe they used the same batch of shimmer glitters, but this one is called Piece of Cake, and it's just a nice light peach. This I did need 2 to 3 coats on, but I wasn't frustrated with how thick it was, so it didn't create a problem for me. So I liked it. Let's take a look. Alright, next up I want to look at the 2 glitters in the collection. These are, you could maybe try to wear these on their own and just build them up in 2 to 3 coats to where you could wear them on their own. I tried them that way, and I don't mind wearing glitters that way, especially like on an accent nail. So let's start with the one that's kind of in keeping with these rosy peaches here. This one is called Toasted, and it's very gold, and it has slightly larger than the gold white glitters in there, matte, and then some slightly larger than that pink glitters. And this is in a clear base, so it's not really going to change the color of whatever polish you're putting this over. The base actually looks a little bit clouded here, but I think that's because the pink glitters in there bled a little bit. So I do really like this, but I'm not sure it's necessarily a must-have, especially since that base is kind of you know, having a problem with those pink glitters, but you might really like how this looks on. So let's take a look. Alright, the other chunky glitter in the collection is quite a bit chunkier than the other one, and for some reason the wand in this one wasn't quite as flexible, and I don't know if it was thinner or something, but it was a little bit more difficult to put this on. Anyway, it's called Pinspiration, And there are kind of this color blue glitters in here, and they are not matte, they're very metallic. There's also gold glitters in here, micro gold glitters, and I think it's basically those two colors. It's in a clear base. The blue are in a bunch of different sizes. I thought this was an interesting concept. It's definitely a concept of glitter polish that I have never seen before, so it's definitely new to my collection. I don't necessarily know if I liked how kind of chunky it was and that the brush was kind of difficult to apply it with, but I don't know. I'll have to mess around with it a few more times and see if I really, if this is really one that I think is going to stick in my collection. So let's see how it swatches. Yeah, I was just looking at the brush again, and it's definitely smaller than the one in the other glitter. I'm not sure why they did that, but... Okay, so we have one last polish to look at, and this one was sold out on one of the websites I was trying to purchase this collection from for a while, so I actually picked up the whole collection elsewhere. And I can understand why this is sold out. Compared to all the rest of the collection, this one is probably the most special polish in that it's another one of those transforming topper polishes where you could wear it 3 coats on its own, and it would just have this very, like, it's going to be sheer. It's not going to get opaque at 3 coats, but it would have a very light, kind of ethereal, milky look with a little bit of color shift. But it's one of these polishes where if you wear it over black, like the Formula X polish I shared in my Swatchfest a little bit ago, or like the Zoya Leia that came out in their spring collection. This is very similar to that, although this has a different look than Leia. It has a bit of bigger holographic glitters in there. So they're like holographic and gold so that they actually stand out a little bit on the nail. I actually really like this. I liked Leia a lot, but I think I might even like this more for the bits of that glitter that you can see in there. It just gave it a different look. It's definitely different than Leia. So anyway, this one is called, let me tell you, it's called Plus One, but again, it's just really beautiful, and it bends, especially over a dark color. You can see all the beautiful dimension of the color in here, the flashes of pink and purple and even a little bit of green. So this is really gorgeous. If you don't already have something like this, you could definitely pick this one up. So let's see how it swatches. Okay guys, so that was the whole Color Club Spring New Rules of Engagement collection. I hope that you found this helpful. For me, just because a lot of these colors, these 2 light creams, putting an opalescent finish in them isn't necessarily my favorite. So I don't think I'd be able to pick these out and say this is my favorite out of the group, especially since I really like this color, but it's done in formulas and finishes that I prefer to this opalescent one. For me, I feel like this is really great, and if you're already going to be making a purchase at one of these websites, maybe stick this one in your cart as well. I really like the Plus One. The glitters for me were just okay. I wasn't like having a revelation when I put them on. So all in all, these were the other 2 that I had here, and they were just okay. All in all, that's how I felt about this collection. It was just okay. I wasn't like, I didn't put them on and I wasn't really bummed. Like, there were any here that were just like, okay, I can't even use this polish. but there really wasn't a lot here that I was like, oh, this just makes me feel awake and alive and renew my passion for nail polish. And that's when I know that a collection is really good, when it kind of renews the reasons that I really love nail polish in the first place. I started this channel because I love nail polish, and I wanted a channel out there to have live application reviews and a place for me to be able to discuss with you guys the things that I really love about nail polish. So that's the whole point of it anyway. So for me, if I'm completely honest, this one just didn't do it for me, but it may be completely slaying it for you. So that's kind of the point. We all like different things, and that's why I don't just review collections that I look at online and think, oh yeah, that's totally my cup of tea. Like, I would totally want this collection if I didn't have a channel at all and I wasn't going to tell anybody about it. So that's why I pick up lots of different things so that I can, you know, we can all share and discuss our different interests. Speaking of which, the Color Club Summer Collection is online. Take a look at it for me. It is called the Pop Wash Collection, and I mentioned in another video that it was out, and I wanted to know if you guys are interested in seeing it. The only reason I'm asking, and I'm not just like automatically picking it up, is because they're just like sheer neons. They're just meant to go like on top of other things. So please let me know if this is actually interesting to you. Sorry about the noisy cars. I've had a mixed bag from you so far. Some people are like, definitely no, don't review that. I wouldn't be interested in sheer polish. Just like a whole collection of sheer polish. And other people are like, yes, definitely, please. So I just want to gather a little bit more, you know, information from you guys, a little bit more feedback before I decide if it's actually worth it to review the whole thing. Because if it's just going to be like barely tinted color, then I'm not sure if any of you are actually going to want them. So, yeah, let me know, please. Let me know if any of these polishes are slaying it for you in the comments below. I hope you're having a really great day. Thanks for spending summer with me. I love you so, so, so much. Have a good one and take care. I'll talk to you very soon. Bye. Mwah. So, yes, this is absolutely delicious. I just put one coat on here. I feel like you probably could use a second coat, but if you were in a hurry, you could get away with it. So anyway, we're going to take a look at 2 coats, just as with the rest of them. Even if they are one coaters, like some of the darker ones in here are for sure one coaters.